This is Sky News coming up today. Holiday hopes dashed as Portugal is removed from the government's green list for international travel. No countries were added to the green list, which now contains no major tourist destinations. Also today, victory for Tesco workers. Thousands of shop staff could be owed as much as 6 years back pay after a landmark equal pay judgment. Unlawful, the High Court says the Home Office was wrong to house asylum seekers in a former military barracks. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu calls on politicians to reject the new coalition government, which could bring an end to his 12 years in power. And fears of an environmental disaster as a burning cargo ship sinks off Sri Lanka. Good afternoon. Sky News understands Portugal has been removed from the green list for foreign travel, meaning UK holidaymakers can no longer travel to any European country without the need to quarantine on their return. No countries are thought to have been added to the green list, despite hopes that restrictions would be removed for holiday hotspots like Spanish and Greek islands, as well as Malta. Well, Portugal's removal means there are currently no major tourist destinations on the green list, and those travelling to Portugal now face 10 days quarantine at home when they return. Well, let's just remind you of the traffic light system for international travel. And the government says people should not travel to a country on the red list. Only British or Irish nationals will be allowed to enter the UK from places on that list. They'll have to quarantine in a government-chosen hotel for 10 days and take 2 COVID tests. Well, people are advised not to travel to countries on the amber list for holidays, but people are allowed to travel for essential reasons. Anyone returning from an amber list country has to quarantine at home for 10 days. And finally, the all-important green list. People returning from any of these destinations don't need to quarantine unless they test positive for COVID-19. Well, it's worth remembering there are strict rules around testing before and after travel from any country. Our chief political correspondent John Craig is in Westminster. John, so a slight tweaking of this traffic light system and clearly more tightening of the rules, the government trying to be clearer on people when they should travel and if they should travel.